Good evening, everyone. Today is the Transformation Series Day, episode number 10. So, we've gone through 10 episodes of Transformation Series. What is Transformation Series? It is about how people have made these permanent changes in their life and they have enjoyed the journey of happiness, success, whatever that they were really wishing for. But that starts from a permanent change, not from a change which is a small change. It starts from a change which is permanent, which is inside, and that is how life grows, right? Hi Anuja, great to have you here. So today is the Transformation Series episode number 10, but the very first episode of year 2021. This year has started with a bang for all of us because on 1st of Jan, that is Friday, we had such amazing victories and success stories that we heard from so many different people. And they were so happy and excited, and I'm sure all those who heard to those videos later also would have built so much of hope and excitement that they could also achieve success if someone else could do it. So it was all ordinary people who went through tough times due to COVID. But because they applied the right mindset, they got into the momentum of workshop and sessions, because they really did all what was required, they could see success. What does this mean? Hi Vidya. What does this mean, dear friends? This means that it is, hi Ritu, it's never ever the external circumstances that decide your victory, your success, your happiness, your joy, your fulfillment. It's never that way. It's always about your internal drive. It's about your changes. It's about how you're working on this internal self. Hi Shafali, great to have you here. So this is what it is all about. If you want to change your life, you don't have to work on the external. You have to work on the internal. Hi Chetna, hi Arshi, great to have you here. Thank you very much for coming here live each time and learning about these new stories. So today's transformation is one, hi Shitija, one of the most important transformation episodes. Why am I saying this? Hi, my husband is waving me a hi, so I'm saying a hi from here. Hi Saloni. Why is this important? Because this is one of the most crucial decisions, of every female's life. Why is this crucial? So if you know, today in India, there is an opportunity for most of the females, at least in the urban area, that they can get educated. That's not a challenge anymore. Education has become a normal norm for females. But to choose to work and pursue their career even today is a difficult task. Not every female really gets an opportunity to work. Not every family will encourage females to work, especially when the choice is of getting married and you're finding the right life partner. And if the life partner says that I don't want a working wife, then 99% of the times the choice is that the parents will say, how does it matter? If the family is great, if the life partner is doing, he's very well settled, he's doing good in life, then why should you put on your feet strongly and say you want to work? Why don't you chill, relax, raise the family and take care of them? This is the situation even today, dear friends. Hi Bobby. So that is the first crucial decision that a female has to make, that in spite of getting educated and working, when she's choosing a life partner, does she want to continue work? And if she wants to continue work, because it is not mostly the requirement of the in-laws or the life partner, life is going to be difficult for her, not for the other person. Now, because it is her choice, the ownership is hers. Because the ownership is hers, all the difficulties and the challenges are going to be hers. So she cannot say, I cannot do this because I'm working. Priority is not given to that, dear friends. So if a woman wants to pursue her career after marriage, she has to be a very tough, strong woman. Hi Vishwas, great to have you here. So that is the first choice that she makes when she's choosing a life partner. If she has to continue working, find a life partner who will approve of her working, and not only approve of her working, but actually help her grow in her career, which is a very, very rare option available even today in the most urban cities. The choice of running a family, raising a kid, taking care of in-laws, friends, family, society, what's happening in the kitchen still lies with females. So that's the first thing that they need to do. Not only if they want to pursue their career, they have to be strong enough to be able to take care of, flexible enough, fast enough to be able to take care of all the other responsibilities along with their career. Hi Janvi, hi Aishwarya. Now, along with all these challenges and doing all that together, you have to still deliver in your career, because no boss in a corporate company is going to tell you, because you're a female, you're taking responsibilities of the family, so I'm going to reduce your KRA and still get you promoted. That's not happening, right? So when she goes to the corporate world also, she has to deliver, give her best, only then she's going to grow in life. So that is what happens with a female. So the first crucial decision is choosing the right life partner. If you want to pursue your working career, then you have to be very, very specific and choosy when you're choosing or making this decision. The second crucial decision, even more crucial than this, is the choice of being a mother. Now, balancing this, wanting to be a mother or should I pursue my career? If you go to anyone on this earth, they'll never say that pursue your career and give up on motherhood. They'll always say motherhood is the priority, career comes later, right? So I have changed my opinion over a given period of time. First, I would say it's okay if a female chooses motherhood and wants to give up career. But I've realized over the last few years, when I've seen females who've actually sacrificed their career for being a mother, they don't live a happy life. They do go depressed, they go low, they lose their self-esteem, their confidence is zero. And a mother whose self-esteem is low, whose confidence is low, cannot raise a great family, cannot bring about kids in a great fashion. That is why I feel that today's generation women, it's important for them to be able to take care of both. So the choice is not whether being a mother or a career. The choice is about having both. Is that possible? Can you make it happen? Can you do justice to both of them? That's being a mother and taking care of the child. Or you have to compromise on one of them. If I have to take care of my child, then I have to involve my parents or my in-laws. Now staying with my parents or my in-laws because I need to make it happen. Is it going to be easy? It's a very difficult call to make, right? Because everything changes when you have in-laws or parents in the house who are supervising every minutest details in the family. So that again becomes a challenge. And the challenge is for whom? It is for the woman of the family. So all these complicated, tough decisions, but if taken with proper guidance and in the right frame of mind, can turn out to be the most beautiful, wonderful decisions of your life, because that helps you create a family. And dear friends, the fact remains that each and every one of us as a woman is a nurturer. She is incomplete without a family. She is incomplete without a child. She is incomplete without having a life partner who's happy. She is incomplete if the family is not bonded together and is not happy together. That is why the onus on her is much more than the man of the house. I am not saying that men don't support. I am fortunate to have a husband like this who really supports me in all of it. But society per se, if I look at that, that's a pretty rare combination. So all these females here who are with me right now, I want you to answer this to me. That what should be a choice that a female should take when it comes to deciding between motherhood and career? Should she choose both? Should she choose one? And if she chooses one, will she really be happy? All of you waiting for your comments, and I would love to have those answers even from their husbands, the men out here, because they are the ones who are going to support their wife. So are they interested in a working woman who is ambitious, who is driven, and she also would run a family? What is the choice that you would look at? What is the life partner that you want in your life? Please, looking forward for your comments and your answers so that it will help us decide what is the right way to go about it. We of course have made this decision. So the guest who is going to be here today, she has made this decision beautifully, sailed through this entire journey amazingly, and today she's a happy mother, a happy entrepreneur, and she's doing very well in her life. That's why I would love to invite the very first guest of 2021 for this transformation story, and that is Dipti. Can I have you on the camera? Okay. let us make you really tell us your options. What is more important? What do you think is important in today's generation? Hi, Dipti. Great to have
Good
you here.
evening. Good to be
Good
here.
evening. Yes. So, what do you feel? Isn't it one of the most crucial decision for a woman, motherhood or
Yeah.
career?
So I've been hearing you all along, and I
Huh?
just realized that I didn't know I had to take such tough decisions in my life. I thankfully had you.
Yeah.
So life has been easy.
Hmm.
And it's good to see that a lot of people have said both. It makes me
Yeah.
believe that my decisions have been right.
Absolutely right. So we have such amazing audience that both of us are happy that you're making these choices correctly. Because yes, today's female would not be happy compromising on either one of them. Why?
Absolutely.
How is it important? How do you go ahead? Let's really start knowing from our guest. So Dipti, where do you belong to? Which place? What was your childhood like? Let's all know from you.
So I've been born and brought up in Mumbai, South Mumbai to be
Okay.
specific.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
been a
One of the
joint family,
most poshest location in India.
supposedly.
Yes.
Been raised in a joint family. We were three families all under one roof with grandparents as well.
Okay.
So I think it was a real great start, to my childhood because there were so many people around always to take care of you.
Yeah.
And one thing we understood right from the beginning was that the grandfather is the head of the family. All the decisions will
Okay.
be taken by him, and
Okay.
even if I had to take any decision or I wanted something or I required something, my father was there, but my granddad would give the final approval. So I think that was
Okay.
very clear. Apart from
Okay.
that, I think my parents are very simple, so they've raised us in the same manner with great values. I'm very happy about that. They sent me to a very good convent school, and I think I learned good stuff from there too. Yeah, so this is just a little bit, to give you a background of where I belong, and I have my parents and two brothers. That's what our family consists of.
Okay. So, friends, Dipti comes from a background which is one of the poshest locations. I am mentioning this because we understand mindset of people when we say that we are in the urban area. Then we talk about Mumbai, which is being the best in terms of openness and freedom for females, and that too in South Bombay. So you can understand what can be the proper mindset of people living there. So, Dipti, knowing your background, was it easy for you to work? Were you very clear that you're going to pursue your career, or you also wanted to be one of those females who can get educated and then deck up well, get married to a rich guy, and have a great life?
So no, that was never my ambition in life. And we again belong to a business background. So my family business is into jewelry,
Yeah.
and I think my dad had made it very clear that all the children will be part of the family business, whether it is a boy or a girl. In fact, I'm one girl between seven brothers, seven cousins.
Okay.
So
Okay.
technically, it was no choice as such. I mean, all the boys will be part of the business, so will you if you want to be.
Okay.
For me, jewelry, I had no liking towards it. It
Okay.
made no sense to me. So, what was I going to do in that kind of a business? So, I
Hmm.
was very clear that I'm definitely not doing this. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a commerce student. I really am trying to still find my ground. But I want to be financially independent. I want to make my own money. I want to earn my own stuff. I want to have my savings. And in fact, right through college, I have always taken up part-time jobs, done internships, and ensured that I'm on my own. I've never, been a burden on my dad, even for pocket money as such. So it was very clear that I'm going to work. Where, how, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I wasn't sure.
So, was it easy to convince your family, along with your grandfather, that you are going to pursue your career and you're going to work?
So actually, no, not at all, because the first hurdle was my dad. I think he was very against me working in an outside setup. He was very apprehensive of maybe the kind of stuff that I would go through if I was not in that protective environment that they wanted me to be in. But I'm really
Yeah.
glad that my mom stood by me. She really fought through this along with me. And she felt that, I was independent enough and sensible enough to manage myself wherever I went. So that really kind of gave me the strength as well. And this time, for a change, once I had convinced my dad, I think it was him who had to go ahead and make sure that my grandparents were okay about it too. And I think
Great.
fortunately, my grandparents had seen me work right through my college as well, because they knew that I was either giving tuitions to other kids or I was doing some kind of internships or short jobs. So they kind of believed that, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Okay, great. So, friends, how many of you will be surprised by this that someone staying in South Bombay can have a challenge to pursue a career? Work is not an easy call. You have to be strong enough to pursue your interest. Only then you will be able to start up a career of your own, which doesn't belong, because family business is what is just going there and being there and coming back. You're not really adding too much of value. It was, you're going to be financially, some part of it is going to come to you. That is more the focus. How many of you really surprised knowing this? I want to know from all of you who are here live with us, that is it a surprise for you that people in Bombay also could have such some kind of thought process where they feel that it's okay if the female doesn't work, it's not really required? How many of you feel that? Come on, let us know that.
In fact,
So
while
Dipti,
people are answering, I just want to highlight one point that the family background has always been such, traditional background that
yeah,
most of my cousins have gotten married at 21. And that's a
yeah,
set rule. You either finish your graduation or you don't finish your graduation. That's up to you. But the point is that you should be married by 21. So
21,
I do know that my parents had also started looking out for me at that early age. And it was always a constant fight that, no, if I want to be financially independent, I can't be married right now. And if I want to be financially independent, then I have to at least work for a few years to be able to understand what I want to do. So I think
right.
that was the struggle more, more so to say,
Hmm.
to kind of halt them, and tell them that give me some time. Let me just be independent, stand on my own feet. And obviously, I want to get married. It's not like I'm averse to it, but I just had to buy a few years then. So
Right,
that was quite tough.
right. So which is what, that if you want to pursue a career, two things which come up strongly in the very first initial discussion with her is, you have to be very strong and determined if you want to pursue your career. No one is going to give it to you on a platter. Hi Swati, hi Shreya, and hi Priyanka, great to have you here. Please keep sending your comments so we keep knowing we are going on track. If you face similar challenges, so we would really be able to help you through this conversation. So another thing which I want to know from all of you guys, how many of you could actually make it happen because your mother ensured that you can pursue your career? She trusted you, and she ensured that she convinced the father and the other members of the family that yes, my daughter needs to work. She needs to stand on her own feet and be financially independent. How many had such mothers and they supported you when you thought of pursuing your career? Let's clearly know from all of you guys. Till we continue our conversation, we would love to have your comments. So, Dipti, you convinced your family, you started working. Then, of course, you didn't get married at 21. But when you chose a life partner, how easy was it for you to find a life partner in your community who is okay with a wife working?
So, in our community, it was honestly impossible because again, it would be joining their family business, right? Because that's what our background is, even in the extended
Yes.
families. So I think the challenge came in where my parents had to look outside the extended community, and
Hmm.
that was something new for them. So they really wondered how it would happen. But I ensured them that I will also support in this search. But let's just do it this way. Let's look out for a family and be open and honest that I want to work, and then let's see if they're readily accepting of that or not. And I know in this bargain, I'll ended up seeing or meeting a lot more people and families as opposed to maybe my other cousins would have. I mean, I don't think I have met less than 25 boys to, just get through this process and find the right person and the right family.
Ah, right. So it is not an easy journey, but it is
Not at all.
definitely one of the most important journeys that you need to take, because if you're clear
Correct.
at that moment, then life becomes easier later, right? So Dipti, if you this was important for you that you wanted to work, what was the reason that you really wanted to continue working, even if you would have found a very well established partner who didn't need your money?
So, for me, it's always been that it has to be my owned money. And I don't know how foolish or stupid that may sound, but for me, my financial independence is extremely important. And the reason is simple. I love to spend on my friends and family. I love to do certain things that I really want to do. And I just feel that why should the opposite person want to, kind of have to be a partner in all of this? he or she may not be wanting to do it. So it's perfectly fine. But as long as I wanted to do it, I should have that ready funds available, and I should never have to think back that, oh no, I'm falling short over here. So that's primarily the point. And again, this might sound funny, but my basics are limited, very limited. I mean, I'm not a person who's a shopaholic. Uh, I'm happy with the limited clothes that I have. I just told you I don't love jewelry. So, it was basically
which
more
is
so to,
which is one of the biggest surprise for all the females here, that a female who got an option to become a part of a jewelry business is not into jewelry because she doesn't like jewelry. Can you believe this?
that's the irony of life.
True, very true.
Yeah, so I think that's
Yes,
that's
Riddhi.
exactly why it was important for me to really earn myself and stand on my own feet.
Yes. Hi, Amrita. Who else has joined us new? Let's really see. Amay. Hi, Amay. Hi, Sugda. So we all went through this beautiful conversation that most of us as females, though we may be brought up in a good financial background, might get married to a husband who's really not needing your money, but you want to earn because you want to be financially independent. And it's not an easy task to go and ask for money from your husband for your small little requirements of life. So it's better you
Never
earn
easy.
your own bit so that, yes, so that no one
I
else
couldn't
has
ask money from my
the right.
father.
Ah,
So husband to dur ki baat hai.
absolutely. Absolutely right. So after that, you found a life partner, you started working, he was also working. How did that initial years of married life go?
So, the good part was that he also wanted a working wife, and he always said that, a person who's not working, according to him, would really be regressive in nature. Maybe, have a set mindset and not be open to a lot of things. So that was the good part, that he was accepting. The family was absolutely open to that. I think we both really worked hard. In our initial years, we were both in corporate jobs. He still is, and long hours. In fact, I work Saturdays because my business, which is into currently business, and at that point of time, of course, my corporate work, which is into sending students abroad. So Saturdays were the key important day for us because parents wanted to meet you and so on. So, he was really supportive of the fact that he only got one day to spend with me. And Sunday was the day when you had to manage a lot of things, not only your household requirements, but even spending time with friends and family. So I think
Right.
that kind of understanding and support has been strong right from the beginning. And it's just worked, for both of us because I think what better than, one understanding what the other's kind of love for their profession is.
Absolutely right. So two people who are ambitious, who want to pursue their career, can come together and still have a happy married life.
Absolutely.
Right. So girls out there who have any kind of question mark, this answers your question, because I have also found a husband like this. Dipti is also saying that yes, we found a husband like this who's okay to have a wife who's working, who's ambitious, and in fact they feel good that that is how she's going to be a open-minded person who's really in pace with time and what is happening in the society. But
And I
Dipti,
think
the
then the
matter of,
breaks that you get, sorry about that,
yeah,
the breaks that you get, you really make the most of them. You really enjoy that time together because you know that you're actually craving to be with each other since you haven't got that entire time.
absolutely right. So Dipti, in spite of that, both of you were working hard, both of you had corporate jobs to pursue, both of you were ambitious. Really, the onus and responsibility of managing family relations, taking care of the grocery, planning everything together, seeing that everyone is taken care, your responsibility lies with the man or the woman.
So I definitely think it's the woman. No doubt the man supports. And in my case, it was definitely there. I think it's just the initiative that has to come from the woman, and the woman needs to kind of, be the one taking the action or deciding the plan. And then in some cases, maybe only she's the one taking it forward. In some cases, it's both. Thankfully for me, it was both of us sharing responsibilities in all aspects. Yeah, where family and friends management was concerned, that was my department. But he always walked and sailed through that very comfortably.
Yes. So why am I asking this question, Dipti? Because the truth, the matter of fact is that even if you're working at a great position, wherever that you are in life, the family responsibility finally lies on the female, and
Sure.
relationships basically are her core. If there is any challenge there, it will always be the woman who's pointed out, not the husband.
Absolutely.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
can be fortunate to have a life partner who's supporting you, but that is not his primary responsibility, it is your primary responsibility. So
Agree.
if you
Agree.
if you want to continue working, then you have to be strong enough to be able to manage both.
Absolutely.
Is
And,
that true?
and I think more so if you're in a nuclear family, because then you're really managing a lot more things by yourself. The responsibility doesn't just lie with the in-laws as such. Yeah, so definitely. I mean, I think the woman is really kind of multitasking in so many ways, whether it is weekdays or weekends for that matter.
Great. So, guys and girls, all of you who are with us, let us know this, that is it really the fact of life that primary responsibility of the family, relationship, and managing the home rests with the woman of the house? The husband can definitely support or not support, but it is primarily her concern and her responsibility. I would like to have answers from both of you, the girls and the guys out there, so we know that we are really hitting the track correctly. Hi, Pranav, great to have you here. So, Dipti, this was the first thing that you took care. You found a husband who was supportive. You both were taking care of your career. And then came a juncture when you had to choose the next stage of life, and that was being a
Yeah.
mother. How easy
Yeah.
was it for you? And what were your worries and concerns at that time while taking that decision?
So I think one thing I was definitely clear that I want to be a mother. However difficult it would be, not only from career perspective but even from age and health perspective. So I think that was an absolute established fact. And I also felt that along with this, if I don't work, I'm going to lose my sanity. Because for me, work really plays a very important role. Financial independence, I have already spoken about, is one part, but I really love what I do. And I think that's what keeps me going. So there was never a choice. It had to be done, and both had to be done. How, I was not sure about. Thankfully, you were there.
Great.
So I came running to you, and then we worked it out.
Yes. So, friends, that is where the second part of the transformation happened, which is the most crucial part, which we are going to discuss here today. That if a woman wants to pursue her career along with being a mother, it is not an easy decision, but it is a doable decision. It is possible, but there are certain important facts that you need to consider. What were these facts? How did she make that change? How did she walk along that whole process? Is what we are going to talk about today. But again, coming back to that fact that it is crucial that you need to love your work so much that you want to pursue it no matter what. Am I correct, Dipti?
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
You need to be really passionate about your work. Otherwise, it is very exhausting, and at each moment, you'll feel like giving up.
Yeah.
Isn't it true?
Yeah.
Right.
And also,
So,
I have seen friends probably say that let me take a break, let me come back after my child is a certain age. But I don't know how often that really happens. And I see so many of them, my friends itself, I mean, they've really gone on some different track. Some of them are really like, low on life, feeling depressed, or maybe just absolutely spending their life in vanity, trying
yes.
to really find parties to go to, um, find friends to be around, just to make themselves feel good.
Yeah. So actually, in short, they live a life which is not worthwhile. And it
Yeah.
is not that someone else is telling that. It is
Yeah.
you who feels it that it is not a worthwhile
Yes.
life if you have not taken the next
True.
step correctly. And
True.
that is what is managing between your motherhood and your career.
Yeah.
So what did we do with Dipti? So Dipti was in a full-fledged corporate job when she took this call that now it's time for her to become a mother. So
Yeah.
the first step that we took was that we helped her identify the skills on which she was really working in terms of her corporate
Yeah.
job. That was a crucial part. So corporate job is not about just doing a work. I mean, you're working there. You have certain skills which you can bang on to create a career further. So that was the first step which we really sat with her and identified that what is her true passion? Is it just about going there, working, finishing your 8 hours, coming back home and getting the paycheck every month? Or are you really passionate about doing something? And we found out that she was really passionate about. Dipti, can you let us know your passion?
Yeah, so just rewinding slightly, I knew that a solid plan was required, and I knew that I needed you to help me out because this was not happening on my own, and I also knew it was a tough decision because from moving to moving from a role where you have a monthly income coming in to something else where you're not sure when the next paycheck is going to come in, or when the next kind of enrollment is going to come in. It was surely going to be a tough choice. I was anxious, and that's the reason I said, okay, can we really do this, and what do we have to exactly do? So I remember we sat down and we actually listed out strengths. We listed down weaknesses as well, because they were things I knew we would have to work on, and you ensured that I put them down so that we would work on them one by one. And I think that was really the beginning, making the strategy or making the plan. The other part was really kind of fighting my fears, because I have always been someone uh, who I feel has an employee mindset. I mean, I couldn't think beyond, you give me a job to do, and I'll do it to the best of my ability, and I'll give it back to you.
Yes.
But to have to start thinking from what is to be done, how it should be done, what about the marketing, what about the sales, uh, then delivering the services, closing the leads, there was a lot involved in this entire process. And to try and handle that single handedly, I really wasn't sure and confident about my own self. So I think that's really, when we made the plan and when we actually sat through the entire, I think the 12 months that are going to come forward, that's when I really understood the depth of everything.
Yeah.
And of course, I first started digesting that. I knew there were a lot of times I was rigid, but I'm really happy that you found your way around to mold me, even though it took time sometimes. But here I am. So I think those years were really required in my life.
Yeah. So, friends, this is where is a transition phase where you are choosing from one stage of life to the other stage of life. How do you really smoothly transit? Decides how is going to be the next phase of life. So, here we made two calls for her. One was from being a wife, now being a mother. Second, because she wants to be a mother and she was very clear that she doesn't want to put her child into the daycare for 12 hours and let the daycare people take it. We also worked out on the options of when she has a daughter, who's going to take care, whether the parents are going to come in or the in-laws are going to come in, because that's a crucial decision. To which her answer was, Sudipti, what was there in your...
So clearly, why should my parents or my in-laws take care of my child? I mean, this is a decision that me and my husband have taken. And besides, I just feel that it's not fair to uproot them from their responsibilities and place them in your house just to take, to be a nanny to your kids. The other thing is that my father and my father-in-law were both working at that point of time. So once again,
Yeah.
I didn't think that was right to take them away from their responsibilities. I also felt that a nanny is an option, but she's not going to give my child values. She's not going to be able to teach my child the stuff that I would like her to learn. Maybe the way I want her to speak, the language I want her to learn. Have that learning environment always there in the house. So I think this was a very conscious decision that we had taken, that however difficult it will be, we'll manage our child on our own. And we
Right.
did that. And I'm really happy we did.
Right. So again, a very strong, clear-cut decision to be made, which she made, deciding that when it is our responsibility, it's our life, it's our decision to bring a new life, why should someone else be responsible for taking care of her? At the same time, she was an absolutely committed mother who didn't want her child to be in someone else's hand. She wanted to really mold her the way she wanted her child to grow. That is where we took the second call. And that second call was, if she wants all of this and she doesn't want others to take that responsibility, then the only way this could happen was really start something on her own. So the next transformation was about her being an entrepreneur. And that is where we started, really laid out a plan for her on how she slowly, from an employee become an employer, from a wife become a mother, understand all the entire framework and start making those little changes. So an entire plan. We all know that conceiving is not in your hands. You decide today and you become a mother tomorrow. We all knew that we don't know how long will it take, but preparation was a must. A plan was ready. The goal was to become a mother and to simultaneously earn money, fulfill your passion, which is what we
Yeah.
really work towards. And the end result was both happened.
Yeah.
Was it easy, Diti?
Not at all. It was really tough, because I know that, like I already said, I had to change myself. The initial, I think, maybe two years was when I was in a constant fight, as to why do I have to change this about me, or why do I have to do this, or why do I have to learn this, or why can't I hire somebody to take care of this? But no, practically it wasn't possible, because if you're starting up a business, you have to do everything on your own, and you have to very well learn everything on your own, so that you ensure
Absolutely
that the
right.
people who are going to join you have seen that you have been there, done that. So
Right.
clearly it was not easy, but I know that because of the constant guidance and backup and support that came from you, it kind of made the journey, slightly smoother, slightly easier, and it made me kind of, want to walk that path.
Hmm.
I don't think there was ever a time when I said, no, I'm not doing it.
Yes, absolutely right. So it was a tough time. And of course, the beautiful moment came in where she transited from being a full time employee to someone who's running her own business. And this beautiful life came into her life. After the baby was born, how was it? Or during your pregnancy, how was it? I would like to take it from there. How was your pregnancy?
So, my life has been very eventful, you already know. And this this was one part of it, wherein I was actually by the fifth month already on bed rest. And since I had already taken in students well beforehand, there were enrollments that had already come in, and I was working on their applications and things like that. Now, when I'm on bed rest, I obviously can't meet anybody. How do I actually, continue with their work? But I don't think it took me that long to take that call. It was a matter of, a moment to say that, okay, what do I need? I need a phone, I need my laptop or an iPad, and I'm on the bed. I can manage with these two things, and I can still give, the deliverables as required. And that's exactly what I did. So I ensured that I told my clients that I may not be able to meet you, but your work will not suffer. And I think each of those students were placed in the best universities that they dreamt of in that year. So things worked out well in both the ways. So
Right.
for me, the entire focus was that what can I really do sitting on this bed? I mean, I can't really move out. So how do I create value? How do I give myself that sense of satisfaction? And there was no bigger satisfaction than this.
Absolutely right. So, friends, all the females, especially here, I would like to know from you that when you are on bed rests, when you're not supposed to move from the bed, 90% of them will go so low that they'll not think of anything else. But here she was thinking about adding value to her clients. And that is why, in spite of the toughest moments that she went through, it was doable. She was happy. Hi, Trupti. Great fan of Dipti. I know. Great to see you here and complimenting her. Yeah, we've all been together seeing her take that journey. So it was a very difficult time. I've seen her on the bed with her legs, feet above. She's in a different position, difficult position to be in. She's still happy because even in that, she's having a productive life and doing something which she loves to do. And I remember one of the clients whose son was a difficult case. She ensured even he got an admission, and he really complimented her for the dedication that she had in spite of going through all the challenges that she was going through. So kudos to your effort, Dipti. You really made that happen. And the beautiful
Sure.
life came in. And then how was the process? Because her sleep times, most
So
of the mothers, I feel that they say, they cannot plan the day. They have to be awake when the baby is awake. They have to
yeah.
worry about what is she going to eat, when is she going to pee, when is she going to do this, where will I have the time? I don't have time to even make my hair. How did you still manage both of them?
So life did not want to be easy yet. My baby was born premature, and she was born about 1.5 months before time, which meant that I could not look at anything beyond my child at that point of time, because I had craved for this life, and the only thing I wanted to do was give my best to her. So thankfully, those that year's work was done with. Students were they were all in place, and the only thing I did for the next 6 months is give my complete attention to my baby, which basically meant that I didn't look here or there at all, and it did not matter who was there to support me or not. I mean, for me, it was like that. I have to be. For her. So as we already discussed, I did not have my parents or my in-laws staying with me, but between me and my husband, we managed the entire initial 6 months that were really tough. And besides, of course, it was the first 2 years of her life that we had to be cautious. So at every point
Absolutely
of
right.
time, we had to ensure that there were constant checks happening and monitor her growth and so on. But I knew one thing, that if I had to keep being mentally strong, I needed to start the work for the next intake as well.
Right.
Because the first 6 months I had done my best for her, and I could see the progress slowly and steadily as well.
Yeah.
So the only thing I did was I took on a few students, because I only took on as much as I could manage. People told me exactly like you said, sleep when your baby sleeps. I would work when my baby sleeps, because that was the thing that energized me and really kept me going. And I think I was still really, really fresh enough to do everything possible, because I was really fulfilled from within.
Right. Hi, Meena. Great to see you writing this. Yes, every female will really empathize with this because it's not an easy journey. So, Dipti, can you let people know what were your working hours so they'll really understand what did it take to really take care of a baby which was premature? Doctor had really given a list of instructions what you need to take care, how she has to be taken care. Otherwise, things will go wrong because doctors are here only to scare you. So that with
Yeah.
your on your mind. Plus, students, of course, they're demanding. The parents want the best for their child. It is not an easy decision. What were your work hours? What were your sleep hours? How did you really make it happen?
So I really don't know how much I slept, and I'm a person, as you know, needs 8 hours of sleep minimum. Otherwise, I can't sustain. I don't know how much I slept in that much time in those days, in those few months. But I do know that the times that she would sleep, I was working. And the times when she was awake, I was with her. So I
Yeah,
think there were times when at about maybe 11 o'clock in the night, I would just start, I would, open my laptop. And when it was 1 a.m., I really wouldn't know, because if things had to be done, they had to be done. Similarly, in the
yeah,
afternoon time, when I really was maybe desperate for that nap, I would say that, okay, let me finish this and then we'll see. That
yeah.
latter part never happened, but I was happy I could do what had to be done.
And what was the time when you would actually wake up to feed her in the earlier part of the
I think it
morning?
was every 3 hours, every three
Right,
hours. So
right,
there was no regular sleep at all.
right. So 11 to 1 in the night she's working, and then maybe possibly 2:30 or 3 if you would again wake up to give a feed to a child,
Yeah,
and then again go back to
yeah,
work, and then again back at 6 because she's again awake. And then when you actually find that she's sleeping peacefully for another 2 hours, maybe 12 to 2 or 2 to 4, that is the time she's again back on her laptop, dedicatedly doing things for her children who are needing this. So, dear friends, both is possible, but the onus is on you how dedicated and committed you are, how you can really push through. And believe me, it's a myth that people say that females really need lot of rest, they have to take care a lot, they have to take care of the diet, they have to do this, they have to do that for the child to be strong, mother to be strong. I don't think anything was required for Dipti. Of course, we planned her nutrition, she was eating very well, all that was taken care, but she didn't get the rest that she needed. She was really struggling
no, but
hard
one,
to ensure that
yeah.
both the ends are taken care. Yeah, Dipti, you were saying something.
And one thing I do remember, it's not like it was as, kind of smooth as it sounds right now. There were days when I was down and out. There were days when I was maybe just broken and crying. But I knew that, one call and you were there to uplift me. I knew that, a few words of encouragement, and that's all it took for me to kind of bounce back. But maybe if I didn't have that, then it was easy to slip into something else. And I'm
Yes.
really glad that that you never kind of let me go through that. You were always there at every call that I needed you.
Right. So, Dipti, now how old is your daughter?
She's 5, almost 5.
Okay. How is she doing?
So it's amazing, because she's in preschool. There are a lot of things that we learn from her. She doesn't want us to be around while she's in school, because she thinks she's independent enough to take care of herself. And she understands that we are both working, though we are both working from home. That initial phase of lockdown was slightly tough, because, everybody's at a loss. Nobody knows what to do. She can't go down. She's seeing her parents only, on their systems. But I think we kind of found a way, worked a way around things. We kind of laid a pattern. We made a plan. We explained to her why we need to work. And I'm really happy that she's a supportive child. Even now in the afternoons, when she has broken her afternoon nap habit, she knows that she has to play on her own. So from 2 to 4, she will ensure that she's either with her puzzles or she's doing something. I'm really not sure what, because I'm busy with work. Most of you who have seen me work or are involved with me in work may have seen her on my calls. So she loves to be the second counselor, assistant counselor, and yeah. So I mean, all in all, she's doing good. Even when my husband is concerned, I mean, I think the good part is that he's getting back to upskilling. He's joining a course with IIM soon. So somewhere or the other, I think when we see each other in that learning mode, it's just good. You know, we're all students together in one family. I mean, for me, I'm always learning from my students, because there's so much to learn from these youngsters. They're all in the age group of maybe 16 to 30, and and it's really amazing. And I have to keep, kind of keep myself updated with what's happening, because kids have so many questions these days. So,
Absolutely
so
right.
it's a good journey.
Right. So three students in one family, all growing with each other, all pushing each other to be independent. I've seen her kid, very well mannered, very well cultured, speaks a lot, does a lot of things very maturely and independently. So at the end, what I want to tell is it's not a bad idea for a working mom, because the child really picks up some very good habits from the mother who's dedicated and who's working and is really planning her day. So she learns to even respect her mother's timings. It may be difficult at times, the journey is not smooth, but it is really well played. So Dipti, you really well played that entire journey of 5 years. From here, of course,
Thanks
it
to
is going to
you
be growth.
and your support.
Thank you. But what are your aspirations ahead?
So, although I have, been working independently for almost 6 years now, I feel the actual journey has begun right now, because now is when, my daughter's old enough to kind of understand that we will be busy with work, and she will also get busier with things, with school and so on. I do understand that as well. So I think in 6 years, this year has been the year where I have really created the maximum business possible. And I think that's only possible because I'm able to give in that much time. And I have the support
Absolutely
of
right.
both my husband and my daughter. So
Hmm.
next year, 2021, the other 2021 is already here. I think we're just looking at, an even double kind of a setup from the last year.
Yes. So, in fact, friends, I'm really glad to tell you that in spite of Corona, in spite of all the challenges that everyone went through, people are having question mark whether kids would
Yeah.
really go abroad for study. Dipti enrolled the maximum number of students in this time, and she's again back into the same schedule which she was when her daughter was young, waking up late in the night, still working very hard, taking care of family responsibilities, ensuring that her child is really busy, doing her things, planning her day for her, because you need to take care of her, a 5-year-old, to tell her how her day should look like. That is how she can play an independent role. So it's been an amazing journey. Thank you very much, Dipti, for joining us today, because this has been the most important session for every female
Thank
who's
you. It's
really
really been my
interested.
pleasure.
Yes, who's really been interested in taking care of both the aspects. The last thing that I want to know from you, Dipti, is what would you like to tell to all these women out there who would be single, who would be looking for a life partner, who would be married and thinking about it, or be a mother and they would like to choose a career? What would you want to tell them?
So one thing is for sure, that this is really not a choice that you should have to make. I mean, as long as you have, thought through this very clearly, and you have thought through this in advance, and made a concrete plan, it's really not impossible. It may be difficult, but I think that's what women are best at, to handle difficult situations and still sail through them. Uh, so really go out there and manage both. Yeah, your kids will really look up to you with respect, and they'll learn so much from you. And I also feel that after a certain age, kids really don't need their mom as much as they might need, the mother in the younger days.
Yeah,
So don't wait for that to come in.
yeah, which is not an easy place to be in,
Absolutely, absolutely.
right? Yes. You had some question for Dipti? What was that? Yes, Kishore, finally we could see you also. Great. So, men and women, all of them here, let me really know, what did you learn from Dipti's story? What was the new thing that you learned from her story? And what would you like to apply in your life while you're going through all these crucial decision making times of your life? And what was that one thing that kept her going in spite of all these tough things? Is there anything that you would like to ask? Can you tell me?
I'm writing.
Can you say it?
I'm writing.
It's going to take a long time.
1 minute.
My husband is typing something. I don't know how long it's going to take. So
So
till
while the
then, Dipti,
question comes in,
yes,
sorry. Yeah, I just
yeah,
want to really say that, the other thing that made it smooth and possible was the constant support, which I have already been talking about. And I really mean it from the bottom of my heart, because I know that sometimes even your parents might, only look at you in one aspect or in one angle. Whereas, somebody who is a coach will look at it from a broader point of view and really be able to give you the right direction. And that's exactly why I feel that I did not want my mother to maybe sympathize with me, and that's
yes.
probably the reason why I wouldn't go to her for a couple of things or many things, and rather come and get these things sorted out with a coach who will be able to really give me the right perspective.
Yeah, because I think what the coach does is, Dipti, she doesn't look at you with sympathy. One,
Exactly.
she knows your potential. Second, third, she looks at both the lives equally.
Yeah.
So when you go to a mother or a mother-in-law or a friend, they look at it from a perspective of a family, saying that it is time to prioritize your next stage of life, be a mother,
Yeah.
all those kind of things. They don't
True.
understand what is your requirement as a person. So I think that is one thing which a coach only can do, because they work with you and look at
Yeah.
your happiness as well. Uh,
Absolutely.
One great question my husband has put in is, how would your life be if you only had focused on being a mother and wife and given up on your career?
I really don't think I would have survived, seriously, because I know that my work is what really drives me. I mean, I can work 7 days a week without taking a break, because it is really that kind of satisfaction that I know that I've placed the students in the best universities. This is actually the starting point of their careers ahead. I know I'm playing an important and crucial role in their future lives. So, really, maybe without this, I wouldn't have been complete. I
Yes.
mean, I'm scared to even think of it.
Do you think you would have a lot of regrets if you didn't choose this path?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. How happy are you today?
100%.
Great. So, Dipti, thank you very much for being here. And any last words from you?
Nothing. All that I want to say is that go out there and take this difficult decision, as much as difficult it may be. Uh, with the right guidance, it's absolutely possible. Thank you
Great.
for hearing me out.
Thank you very much and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
So, friends, that was Dipti and her beautiful, tough yet wonderful journey, which she made it happen. That is why she's so happy, she's fulfilled, and she's really enjoying her life. And from here, it's all about growth, many more challenges, amazing transformation yet to come in. Great to have three people, the father, the mother, and the daughter, all three learning together and growing together. What a wonderful environment to really groom your child. There are so many people who have really given some beautiful compliments to Dipti. But I think it is even more important to really sit and think as a woman, what would you want to do if you were in her place? And all of us are going to be there in that journey, right? And how will you make this journey possible? Yes, you need both of them, and you can't compromise on any one of them, because both the lives are equally important, whether it's the mother or the child's life. You can't focus on only the mother or only the child. Both life are important. How do you really make that depends on how strongly you are driven towards what you want to create out of your life, because life is worthwhile, right? You've come to this world to really create something and go by, leave something behind which you look back and feel proud of. That's how your life becomes worthwhile. That's really important to this time and era. So, friends, I would really request you that this time, this video, please share it on your pages. Ensure more and more females are able to listen to this story, because it's definitely going to help them take these crucial decisions and know how to make it happen. Motherhood and career both to the best of abilities, and really leading a very happy and fulfilled life. Please share this on all your pages wherever you can, as much as you can, so that we can encourage and inspire lot of women in this year 2021. You never know, someone who's already conceived, someone who's choosing to become a mother, can take a right decision because of this one video. So please do that. Please share this story. See you again next Tuesday, back again with another beautiful transformation story. And thank you very much, Dipti, once again for being here and really sharing this journey. I'm sure a lot of them who've heard you now and will hear you later will really find this to be a very inspirational story and would like to share that with their friends and family. Thank you very much. See you guys next Tuesday. Bye bye for now.